Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Thank you all for joining us today. I'm Revati Kumar, your host for this session. Before we start, a quick note. If you have any questions during the session, please write them in the chat. Our experts will answer you via email. So today's session is centered around a question that may sound a little provocative at first. Agentic Commerce. Are you the product? Now, traditionally, commerce has always been human-led, right? We browse, we compare, we decide, but that model is quietly changing. We're entering a phase where AI agents are beginning to take over decision making, evaluating options, comparing products, and even completing transactions on our behalf. So the real question becomes, if agents are making decisions, what role do we have to play in the process? To help us explore this topic in depth, we have someone who brings both practical experience and a strong point of view. It's my pleasure to introduce Vijay Anand Rangarajan, VP Sales at Hexacorp and Retail SMA. He has been closely working at the intersection of AI, enterprise systems, and emerging digital models, and also brings a grounded perspective on how these shifts are actually playing out. Thank you so much for being here, Vijay. Over to you.
Thank you, Revati. Good morning and good evening, everyone, and welcome you all on behalf of Hexacorp for this Agentic Commerce webinar. Are you the product? Let me start with a disclaimer. For sure, this webinar is hosted by and for humans. Agents can certainly crawl it later. That note, what's in the box today? So I'm sure you all know what's Agentic Commerce. It's not something new that I'm going to bring onto your table, but let's refresh it. And who cares? It's not a root phrase, it's more of a catchy one. What does it mean to the business functions? What does it mean to the technology enablers? And of course, customer matters. So what does it mean to the customer? Let's skim through it. And of course, a new addition to the old debate. We'll see what it is. Let's get into it. Agentic commerce, to put it in a layhuman terminology, it's a digital proxy. Shopping on your behalf, anticipating, personalizing, searching, selecting, and finalizing the deal, meaning end-to-end shopping on your behalf. So, can we call it a digital spouse? Of course. Two in this picture are very happy. And I could say the third one is really, really happy for the reasons known to everyone. You have a digital spouse who can shop for you with no strings attached. That's a blessing. Let's see what it means. Let's step a little back and see the commerce evolution. Starting from the barter systems, we are speaking about BCs. Things have evolved. Monetary systems, retail evolution, plastic cards, the credit cards, EDIs, e-com, m-com, almost all the alphabets has a com attached to it. But to be in this line of ages, there is something unique that is required. If you look at it carefully, each dot in this is a revolution by itself. Why? Because it is not just about how you pay. It changed the way how you buy. That makes all the difference. If it is just about how you pay, it's a transactional change. But because it changed the way how you buy, it made a revolution. And the latest in this bandwagon is Agentic Commerce. This just started the game. A lot in store. And how it's going to turn up, we'll have to wait and watch. Let's go a little further. So in a nutshell, Agentic commerce are agents, AI agents that anticipates your needs. Underline it, it anticipates your needs. Of course, we do have retail 360, customer 360, but this takes it a step forward. It is proactive. It knows what you want and it navigates the web. It negotiates. It negotiates the deals for you. And it also completes the transaction and of course in alignment with human intent. But it acts independently. Human in the loop, but still independent. Every step is automated. Reasoning models are taking over. These terms, B2B, B2C, we've seen it enough. Now comes B2A. The businesses are going to interact with agents. That's the starting point, not all of it. A to A is coming soon. Agents to agent. Where are humans in this? So a real disruption in store. I'm taking retail function as an anchor function so that we can relate to it. But the disruption is not just limited to the retail business. It's a butterfly effect. You all know the butterfly effect. One strait is causing the world to go zigzag. You know what strait I mean. So the world is all connected and agentic AI, agentic commerce is here to disrupt. In what way? We'll see. Or how soon? So this famous terminology, brick to click, been here for a while now. Agents, brick to click to agents. So how soon? You could see the graph on the right side. The one on the top, the rising curve from 2000 to 2026. 16% of the US retail traffic has moved online from brick to click. No looking down. It gets steeper and steeper. 1.8 trillion is the number in 2025. Now, if we add agents to it, how is it going to look like? The yellow bar in the bottom graph, that's where the agents are getting introduced. So by all means, the graphs, the bars in 2027, 28, and 29 are not going to be the same. It's going to be huge. The scale is going to be huge. McKinsey Research is projecting by 2030, agentic commerce is going to be at the scale of 1 trillion USD. What took 15 years for e-com will take 3 years for agentic commerce. And this 1 trillion is just US. Globally, it's going to touch between 3 trillion to 5 trillion dollars. So this is the scale that we are speaking about. This is the disruption that we are going to speak about. And as I said, the business functions, the technology, and the customers, each one have their take, have their pie in this. Let's start with business functions. What does this mean to the business function? Every retail business function will have to answer two questions, two very vital questions. Are you agent ready? And is your agent ready? What is the difference? In a very simple term, agent ready is B2A. Your business is ready to receive the agents, so to transact with agents. And are you agent ready? Is your agent ready? As you have agents to respond to agents. This could be existential choices. We've seen this in the mobile revolution. And here it is again. Business models will have to be prepared for this. So are you going to launch your own agents? When and how are you going to welcome the agent traffic? It has to be sooner than later, or will be lost in the crowd. So these are some tough questions And the answers are already being written. Smart organizations are getting prepared. Let's see. Again, from a retail standpoint, there are some early impact retail functions. For example, marketing. How do you market to an agent? They are not humans. Buy now, pay later. Buy one, get one. LTOs. How do you attract agents with those things? Loyalty and rewards. How do you expect an agent to be loyal? And how do you reward an agent? Very, very interesting questions. And of course, you'll have answers to that because end of the day, humans are the smartest and the most intelligent species ever. So we'll have answers. And the other one, most important, the shift from the customer experience to agentic experience. How are we going to build agentic experience? So these are some very, very critical early impact retail functions. And I'm sure the business will have their roadmaps ready for this. Some fun fact before we move on. So how will an agent decide? No emotions, pure data, pure analysis. So what happens? The marketing algorithms to stay on top of search engines. So how does these things change in the future? And hello IT teams, very, very critical entities. The business has its own questions, and so do the IT teams. We have built serverless, we have built headless, we have built everything less. Those are all for human navigations. Now comes agentic commerce, a shift to agent-first architecture. What does that mean? Few organizations are already ready. So what does this agentic commerce ecosystem will have? For sure, of course, the AI platforms, agents, autonomous agents, very important infrastructure, payment systems, self-partner, guardrails, workflow automation, internal, external, third party, and very important adapters and enablers for agentic protocols. So these would be very, very vital to build your agentic commerce ecosystem or agentic ecosystem. And the differentiators, if everyone is going to do that, what are the differentiators here? A foundational architecture, as it's always been, a foundational architecture that can hold disruptions. How strong is my fundamentals? An infrastructure that scale at agentic speed. We have seen the cloud infrastructure. Now comes the agentic ready infrastructure. Zero trust security model is in place. Is it ready for the agentic side? That is something that the IT teams will have to answer. And the design pattern shifts from user experience to agentic experience. What does it mean? How do you design for agents? What are those parameters? Agent to agent transactions. What does it mean again? How will a business agent react to a customer agent? What are the expectations? How will the handshake happen? So these are not a step above, but these are completely different stack. So the IT team has a lot of stories in Jira and Confluence will have these terminologies in the near future. Two things at the core, protocols for the agentic commerce. OpenAI is ready. Google is ready. Of course, MasterCard and Visa are ready. Cloudflare is ready. Are we ready? That's the question that IT teams will have to answer soon. And as I mentioned before, security guardrails. Know your customer is a thing of past or near past. Know your agent protocols. Cryptographic agentic identification. It's all about agents, agentic patterns, anomaly detections. How do we prepare ourselves for this from a technical standpoint? It's all with the IT teams. So the business function and the IT teams have a lot of interesting things to do. And these will have direct impact on the success of the business. And just an imagination. How will an agent review? You'll have to be ready for all these things because it's a new unknown. And of course, the most important entity, customer matters. Time, space, and energy. Sounds familiar, the concept of universe. With agentic commerce, time for shopping for a human is so low. The space, the boundary gets expanded. The energy required is extremely low. So you're touching a universal concept. Shopping as a service, to put it in a nutshell. Is it good? Is it not good? Is it a problem? Or it's not a problem? We don't know. It's not anymore about personalization. It's about hyper personalization. Personalization to the extent unimaginable. Unimaginable. End of the day, it's your agent. And ahead of the marketing bandwagons. Marketing to humans are a different breed. Marketing to an agent is not so easy. It's all data driven. That brings a very vital question. Is your data ready? And best deals only for the customers. With all this good to have, with all these brownies, obviously has a flip side for the customer. Nothing comes so green. So what is there on the other side of this for the customer? Are you the product? All these things happening without you. Are you the product? Who is the proxy here? Is it you or your agent? Your personalized data is no more personal. It can be with your agent, it can be on the platform, it can be with the marketplace, it can be with the seller. They all have touched your data. Whether they can hold it as a question. They all have touched it on a transaction. How do you ensure that the agent is not selling your data, knowingly or unknowingly? How effective will be the security guardrails? Untested. So this will be the make or break of agentic commerce. How well the guardrails are in place. Is the agent really the proxy? Then it's going to be here for a while. Questions that need answers. How many customers are going to adapt this as an early adapter or wait and watch? So a lot of interesting time ahead for all the three entities, the business, the technical teams, as well as for the customers. And agentic commerce is here to disrupt. The wave is very near the shore. We'll have to see if it's just a wave or something bigger. Are you the product? So this has been debated. This has been discussed enough with the emergence of e-com. Now, with the step ahead in agentic commerce, it's way too far to get into a conclusion. And the debate has always been there between the brick and the click. Now there is a third entity, agent. You prefer your shopping to be done by an agent or in a retail shop or online? The debate continues and it will continue. What decides the customer experience, hyper personalized deals, the scale and agility with the Gen Z coming in, trust and security, the paramount of everything, new age rewards, gone are the days about buy one, get one, branding, loyalty. Who has to be loyal? Disruptive marketing, of course. Humans will come with disruptive marketing. We had marketing for every disruption, and we'll have marketing for agents as well. But interesting days ahead. So, agentic commerce is here. It's almost here. It's going to be huge. So, businesses, let's get prepared. Technology, let's live up. And customers, we are here for some fun. With that, I say thank you to everyone on behalf of Hexapod. I hope there are some eye openers that you had in this and some takeaways to explore further. Thank you, Revati. Over to you.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you for this interesting and wonderful session. Thank you everyone for being part of this session. For queries, please write to info@hexcorp.com. To explore our services, please go to www.hexcorp.com. Have a great day ahead. Stay tuned for the next. Thank you.